Welcome to the Avengenerds podcast, where we talk Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and more. I'm your host, Will, and with me are my co-hosts, Peyton and Torin. Hey.
Yeah, you got it, kind of.
Yo, what's
going on?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. That's all I can really say.
Playing Fortnite.
You're on Fortnite?
Oh, not right now.
Oh, I was about to say.
I've been on Fortnite.
My life has been changed. I am probably late to the party, but I just realized, literally last night, that lactose-free milk just tastes like milk.
Does it really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it depends on what brand you get, but I drank some lactose-free milk and I didn't shit my brains out. It was great.
Look, lactose intolerance is like a skill issue. That's like an evolutionary disadvantage.
It is. It used to not be an issue, but the older I get, the worse it gets. And it's become a problem.
It tastes just like milk, like just like milk.
I drink milk all the time, which is the problem. But yeah, it tastes pretty much exactly like milk. Fucking kind of blew my mind on some vegan shit. I'm like, wait a minute, this actually.
What do you think it would taste like though?
Not milk,
shit.
On some watered down fucking almond. So I don't know.
Yeah, I hate the way almond milk tastes. I'm sorry.
So bad.
I hate it. It's so bland. It just tastes it's like tasteless cream with a really weird
I just think it tastes
aftertaste.
bad. Yeah.
And the consistency's not good either. It's for me, nothing has beaten milk-wise, just a cold glass of whole milk is just good, but I might have to try lactose-free milk.
Yeah, it's genuinely, again, probably depends on what brand. I should probably do research. I just kind of YOLO'd it, but
and I'm more of an oat milk type of person.
Oat milk?
Yeah, I like oat milk.
Better than almond milk, I guess.
I think look, call me soy boy, okay? I like soy milk whenever it's sweetened, like vanilla. Like vanilla soy milk is good as hell.
That's fair. That's fair, yeah.
That was good as hell.
I like soy milk in my matcha whenever I get it.
The best. Okay, wait, kind of a derail, but best chocolate milk brand, in my opinion, is Promised Land. So
I don't drink chocolate milk. It's just fucking gross.
I love chocolate milk, but I always just make it on my own. I never get brands.
If you get the chance, try Promised Land, because it literally tastes it's so rich, but it's not to the point to where it's it's really good. It's really good. I haven't had chocolate milk that is as good as that shit.
Okay, I'll have to try it, but yeah, milk. But we have a great show for everyone this week. We're going to be talking about our top 10 favorite movies of all time. We also have the news of the week. We got some Daredevil news. We got some Batman news. We got a few pieces of Star Wars news. Before we get into that, did you guys watch anything this week?
Oh, no. Hell yeah.
No, I did not. I'm still behind on Last of Us, and I have not seen Mando at all.
Well, you can. I mean, you're good without Mando. That's good.
Shut up.
I hear that the latest episode is shit. Anyways,
huh? According to
Mando.
No, I've been hearing lots of.
I hear it's divisive. I guess it's divisive because a lot of reviewers are giving it a 5 out of 10 and calling it really shallow and kind of
It's probably because a woman was the main thing with the episode.
Oh,
nostalgia only. I mean, it's one. I guess it's a nostalgia set piece, but it's a main whatever. I'm not.
I hear that they said Pog in it. They said Pog.
They did say Pog in it,
which is so fucking good that Bo-Katan said Pog. Oh my god. Okay, sorry, Torrent.
So this week I watched Creed 1, 2, and 3. So because I had to catch up. And last night I saw Scream 6. And bro, that's good.
I've only heard good things.
Yeah, it's the best in the series, or
it is the best in the series. I would say, of course, doesn't compare to the first one, but I definitely say it's top 3. Of course, the setting being in New York elevates elevates the movie by far. The kills are a lot more bloodier and more gruesome. And the stakes were just a lot higher in this one.
Because General Ortega, you just didn't want to see her to get hurt. You just didn't want her to get hurt because you love her.
I mean, she gets hurt like quite a bit in this movie.
Yeah, so. but you think she's fine as hell, and all you want to do is protect her.
I mean, yeah, she's pretty.
Oh, okay.
I heard the first kill was really good.
Oh, yeah, dude, the first kill is fucking crazy. I would say a spoiler, but like, I don't know, but that's just crazy, dude.
Did you like 5?
5 is good, yeah. I like 5. I did like 5. I got roasted. I got roasted in my film class for liking it by my teacher.
Fuck people,
a fucking film class.
Fuck people in film class. For real.
No, I mean, it was all jokes. It was funny. I didn't really get like flamed, but like it was just funny.
I don't know, man. In my experience, there's so many, like, especially in like art schools or whatever. Everyone's so fucking pretentious.
Bro, have you seen this movie? I don't know if you've heard of it. I just discovered it the other day. More people should see it. It's called Donnie Darko. It's like really smart.
So I haven't seen Donnie Darko.
Donnie Midco. Look, we all know Nightcrawler is better than Donnie Darko.
Fight Club is like genius level filmmaking.
Dude, why'd you explain the first rule, bro?
Oh my god, dude, I'm so sorry, but I'm totally having my Joker moment right now. Have you seen Joker? That's like the best superhero movie like ever made. Like it better than anything the MCU has ever done.
I have a film bro friend who like, and it is so backwards. I don't understand how you get a mindset like this. I don't, and I'm sorry to those of you who share this in the audience. I'm just judging you. But look, this guy, okay, his name's Peyton, funnily enough, but he prefers 2016 Suicide Squad and prefers Leto's Joker, and he loves Michael Bay Transformers, and he thinks that like to be valid, the movies have to be dark or edgy or R, and like it's so cringe. It's so cringe, and he thought that the Joker movie was like peak, which I mean, it's a great movie, but like,
I ain't never been watching that shit, dude.
No, yeah, I didn't. I personally don't like it. It's a good movie. It's
very well made.
It. It's not for me. And like, I don't know. Yeah, it's just such a weird. How do you like?
If I wanted to watch Joker, I might as well just watch Taxi Driver. That's literally what it is.
Oh god.
Yeah, literally. But no, it's just funny. I think honestly, at that point, like, you just have to be a contrarian at that point. Like, you like only like the things people hate, and then you hate everything else because it's popular.
Yeah,
except for Joker.
That's some loser shit. It's a loser mentality.
Sounds like a sad life.
Yeah.
Imagine like essentially forcing yourself to not enjoy things.
No, yeah. Oh my god, it's so weird. I go into. And look, maybe this is wrong too. I guess like I should go in with like a blank slate. But most of the time, if I'm not going with a blank slate, I'm going in with like an intent to enjoy. Like I'm looking for things to like, because I'd rather like something than not. You know what I mean? I just like things in general. I guess you can't really make yourself like anything, but yeah. Just imagine going into a film like just to nitpick. What a fucking exhausting experience that must be.
I can't imagine. But I didn't watch anything this week, but I did read both Captain America Truth and Supergirl.
Reading.
I know. I never read.
Fake reading, not real. Magazines, not real.
I read Captain America Truth and Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Both great. Captain America Truth was shorter than I thought it would be. But it was a nice breezy read, and I also really liked the art style, and the art style changed throughout, which was really cool. And Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow was not what I expected it to be, but like in a good way. It's like Supergirl was like not the main character because I wasn't really familiar. I was kind of familiar with Captain America Truth, but with Supergirl, the only thing I heard about it was what essentially James Gunn pitched in his fucking DCU slate announcement, and I was like, sold. So I got it and I read it. It's fucking good. I'm very excited for the movie.
Yeah, I haven't read one mid of Tamira, but
yeah, super woke. Yeah,
super woke. Yeah, the DCU. Anyways,
oh no.
but fucking Captain America: Truth is a fucking classic. So good. It's so neat that. I mean, you got a lot to read, dude, which is exciting as fuck.
No, it's not.
You know,
I don't want to read anything.
Okay. Yeah, reading's for pussies.
Exactly.
Did y'all see? I don't know. This is gonna be in the news segment, but I just wanted to get out there and say it. MCU's like original superhero that they're coming out with.
Oh yeah, and What If?
Yeah, she looks amazing. That's an actually good idea that What If is giving us. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's such a cool fucking idea. And then also the fucking dude, so many people are gonna get pissed about this. I don't know if anyone's made any videos about it, but Empowered.
Oh yeah.
People are gonna be like, oh my god. It's so sad too, because it's just like so many people are gonna be like, oh, MCU, we're right. Like, we're literally right. Like,
so fucking weird.
So weird of people like just get literally have never ever felt a woman's touch, and if they have a wife, they probably haven't kissed her since their fucking wedding night. Honestly, loveless marriage.
You know, speak of the news, it's probably time for the news of the week.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
No, you're right. Absolutely right. Let's start off with some Star Wars news. This is according to Variety. Rogue Squadron is no longer in active development. Surprise, surprise.
You know,
this was never going to succeed, if I'm honest with you. After Top Gun Maverick, it's not going to happen.
I don't know, man. I still think it could have been done, but it would have to have been. I don't know. I mean,
well, they really fucked themselves when Patty Jenkins came out and was like, it's going to be the best fighter pilot movie ever.
Yeah. I'm just I don't know. You'll see the Taika Waititi thing?
Yeah, I'm going to get to that.
Okay. Sorry.
But yeah, it's not an active. I'm not really all that. Like, I'm not really a fan of like dog fighting and shit anyway. So, I mean...
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it either. I mean,
the game.
The one time I
played it for an hour and dropped it.
Yeah, on a dog
Not
fight.
the new one, the old one. Like,
played it for an hour and dropped it.
Squadron. Oh, okay. Yeah.
The only time I liked dogfighting was like in Dunkirk.
Oh my god.
Honestly,
Kirk. And I guess Top Gun, but other than that, like dogfighting isn't like something I really like.
I only liked it in Top Gun. Well, I guess you haven't seen Maverick, but I only liked it in Top Gun Maverick because it was like it was just done well, and I was like, okay, cool.
Top Gun Maverick is such a weird movie to me.
It is.
It's literally like same vibe as like Soul Surfer, but for like boomer like men. You know what I mean? But like also though the way it was made is just fucking amazing.
Yeah,
insane shit.
But yeah, this is also according to Variety. The Kevin Feige produced Star Wars film is also not in active development anymore.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
Yeah, bro's got a lot going on.
Yeah, he needs to like I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on him to kind of like okay. He just clearly needs to focus more on the MCU, like after Phase 4.
MCU, yeah.
Yeah, the MCU, mid-CU. Thorin.
Yo.
I want to hear your thoughts on this.
On Kevin Feige Star Wars?
Yeah.
I mean, it's all good. It's okay. Yeah, he needs to focus on the he needs to focus on the MCU because like
he needs to focus on my balls. Gave him some attention. Sorry.
Yeah. I was all over this when it was announced, but yeah, now like bro needs to focus on the MCU. Especially, I think it was even like before he got like promoted to like president of like Marvel as a whole and not just Marvel Studios. So
yes, I remember getting really excited too because it was like he's a Star Wars fanboy.
Yeah,
and
bro's
like,
just a fan of everything.
his first love. Yeah. Nah, he needs a bit of humility. He needs to be shot in the kneecaps.
Yeah. But this
Dude, I was watching. Sorry.
No, go on.
I was watching. I've been watching Family Guy. I've actually still been watching it. I got to the one where Brian owes Stewie money.
Oh yeah.
It's so mean. It's such a mean spirited thing, and I don't
Where's
like
my money, man?
humor. That's so funny, dude. It's just so stupid. I think that the slapstick in Family Guy will always be funny. Always. No, there's no shot ever that the slapstick is not funny in Family Guy. Okay, sorry. I was just thinking about the fact that Stewie shot him in his kneecaps. Okay.
This is also according to Variety. Taika Waititi is still working on his Star Wars movie and apparently plans to have some kind of starring role in it. And apparently the rumor is the starring role is sort of akin to how he was Adolf Hitler in Jojo Rabbit.
Bro needs to calm the fuck down.
Nah.
I'm just kidding. Look, look. What We Do in the Shadows is so fucking good. And like what he's done after, and like Jojo Rabbit is obviously more popular, but like, nah, yeah, good. It's fine. I really hope it's a comedy, and I really hope it's just like balls to the walls. Like they actually let him do like
Taika Waititi.
Yeah, and not like in Thor: Love and Thunder, like it was Taika, but like I don't know. It wasn't. It's so weird. I like Jojo Rabbit and What We Do in the Shadows have such a different vibe than, and What We Do in the Shadows especially. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see Star Wars take on like a really like dry, awkward humor, like just full on humor. Comedy thing.
Yeah, because that would be something we've never really seen in Star Wars. Obviously, Star Wars has always had its humor, but not like it's never been a full-on comedy.
Funniest moment in Star Wars is still in Episode 3 in the elevator. Okay, and he's like, and R2 is like trying to fix the elevator.
Yeah, and Obi-Wan's like, Jesus, this fucking idiot.
And he's like, he's trying, and he's like, I didn't say anything. I think that moment gets me every fucking time. That defined the show, the Clone Wars show. Moment. It
really did.
It did, and that's such a good moment. No one fucking the haters never talk about that moment. That is the single funniest moment in Star Wars to me, except for Babu Frick. I think he's so funny, and I think Max Rebo, the GOAT, is funny. It's not funny that. I mean, we talked about this on the podcast. We don't know if he's dead, but
I choose to believe he's not dead.
God, I hope he's in Mando so bad. I hope he's in Mando season 3, and I hope he like has a speaking role and he's like a main antagonist in one of the episodes.
He's a Sith Lord. Oh my God.
No, fuck that.
He wields the dark saber and tries to rule Mandalore.
I hate that people only think that Jar Jar is funny or valid if he's a Sith Lord also. I love Jar Jar, unironically. I'm like one of like 3 people who actually think that Jar Jar is a good character. Y'all don't like him, right?
No.
It's okay.
I mean, I'm not like fucking like I despise him like it's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, but it's like he's just whatever and he's there.
If Hot Toys made a Jar Jar, I'd get 3.
So 1 for the shelf, 1 for the jar, and then 1 for
one for the bed.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. one for the one to go next to my truck nuts on my sedan. I gotta get truck nuts so bad. Sorry, let's keep going.
Well, that's it for Star Wars news. So on to some DC news. This is according to Above the Line. Ben Affleck is rumored to be directing Brave and the Bold.
Oh fuck yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, I actually don't mind that at all.
Oh my God, what a great outcome.
Now the thing is that like I really do hope that Ben Affleck's Batman is this Batman right here.
Shut the fuck.
No. No, Ben Affleck should be Robin, dude.
There we go. That's an idea.
He's like, gee, Jiminy Williker's Batman I've aged so terribly.
No, Ben Affleck is Alfred.
No, what if Penguin hit them with an aging gas off screen before the movie starts? So Damien is like physically older than
he's
Bruce.
just Ben Affleck.
And it's an actually like really emotional story about Bruce trying to like reconcile with the fact that his son's childhood is even more lost than ever before.
Man, good thing fans aren't writers.
Shut the fuck up. That's a good what if, dude. I'm sober. Imagine what would happen if I unlocked my mind right now. Some Zaw.
Nah, but
The Zaw was conscious in Ant-Man.
For real.
This is according to Variety. Clancy Brown will star as Salvatore Maroni in HBO Max's The Penguin series.
Perfect casting.
Dude, they're always
Huge
giving
dub.
Clancy. They're always giving Clancy Brown the villain roles.
As they should.
I live for it.
He was so good as that general in Daredevil season.
Yeah, I was just.
He was so good
Oh
as
my
that general in The Flash.
He was so good as the general manager of the Krusty Krab.
He was so good as that, like, he wasn't a general, but he was sort of like the leader prison dude in Shawshank Redemption.
He was so good, and this is kind of flipping the script a little bit, as the general, not really a general, but kind of a detective, partnered with an android, and Detroit Become Human as a hero.
He was so good in that other role he's in. I ran out of roles.
He was so good in the porno he's in. Dude, I think that Clancy Brown, though, for real, as a Maroni, that's pitch perfect casting. I think every cast, like, I don't know, they're on a, Matt Reeves is like transcended everyone else. Like, his level of fucking creative vision and consciousness is just godly. I mean, the casting is perfect all around.
You're biased because he has a mustache.
I am, yeah. You're right. He's such a good mustache. That's what I want my mustache to look like so bad. I have this gap in the middle, and I still have a glorious mustache. But I have this gap in the middle of my little, things. My wings, whatever the fuck you want to call them. And they're, Matt doesn't have that. He has money probably to get the best stash care. That is the most godly mustache I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. The casting, it's been on point since day one. But yeah, I hope he does a Joe Pesci impression for the character.
Oh my god, yes. Oh my god. Wait. Do you have any more DC news? Because I have one that you may have missed.
Yeah, there's a couple. There's a couple more.
Well, can I do one?
Sure.
Okay. So, according to I don't know who. Okay, but no, James Gunn himself. He confirmed that the less than half of Phase 1 of the DCU slate was revealed.
Yes, I did see that, and I didn't have it written down because it's not news. God damn! I mean,
no, dude, I thought that was news. I thought that was news because like it already seemed like it was a lot, and it's less than half of the first stage of the DCU. That's insane to me. That's so exciting.
Yeah, I can't wait for the fucking Condiment King movie.
Can't wait for Condiment King versus
Wonder Woman.
Oh my god, yeah, and they have like a really great like enemies to lovers, like, and it's just really and like Wonder Woman is covered in and then at the end, she's like covered in, her hair has some white in it. Her hair has some white in it. Listen, her.
This is getting bleeped.
No, dude, it's mayonnaise. It's just mayonnaise. Because it's Condiment King.
It's getting bleeped.
No, that's such a good idea. Please give me another chance.
This is according to Bloomberg. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is rumored to be getting another delay to later this year after fan backlash.
Yeah, I don't even care about the game anymore. Like,
yeah.
I don't care. Like, they really fucked themselves over with delaying it again.
Well, here's the thing: it's only later this year. I mean, it's not enough time to like rework the entire thing They might be able to like
bad.
maybe like take out a battle pass or some of the live service elements, but as far as like reworking like gameplay and like animations and stuff like that, because there was another scooper, I don't remember who, that said that they hear that it's like for show they're going to delay it, quote unquote, to later this year, and then they're going to delay it to sometime in 2024 to actually rework stuff.
Okay, look, someone made a really good point, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, but it was from IGN of all places. The guy was like, yeah, like you're just shooting at purple things the whole time. Like the gameplay is just boiled down to shoot the purple orbs on enemies and on buildings and on whatever. And it's like, nah, it sucks that Rocksteady's name is going to be attached to that project.
And I'm sure it wasn't even like their idea, because at the time of development, like the live service was like the future. So they were probably Warner Brothers Games or whoever the fuck. It's probably like make a live service game, and it's gotten to the point where now at the time of release, everyone fucking hates live service games. So they're all getting shut down like left and right. Like live service games are just ending. It's so fucking crazy. And obviously, like from a monetization standpoint, live service would have seemed like the next big thing. It just sucks that at the end of the day, we always have to remind ourselves that even though these things are creatively brought to life and crafted and put together by artists and passionate people, that they're conceived from a very cynical place. They're motivated by money, like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it just kind of sucks. Yeah. It's unfortunate. Hopefully, I mean, I hope the game's good by the time it does release, whenever that is. But yeah, I don't know how much they can change in however little time they have. They could probably easily get rid of like the online only element pretty easily, I imagine. But,
yeah, that is just insane. I mean, no one is gonna, like, no one is pleased with the fact that they need an internet connection to play.
Yeah.
I know.
But this is according to The Hollywood Reporter. Batman Caped Crusader will now be released by Amazon, and the studio has already ordered 2 seasons of the series.
Amazon's smart. Good.
Yeah, this is a huge W, because everyone was kind of worried it was going to go to Netflix. But no, Amazon, which has a pretty good track record with animation and stuff. You got Invincible and whatnot. So yeah, I'm very excited for this. Thank God it's, not fucking canceled.
Yeah, Cape Crusader is like, it looks, I mean, just from what, the concept, the people involved, I'm very excited for it. I mean, the only kind of like iffy thing is JJ opinion, whatever, it'll still be great. If it's bad, I'm gonna be. I'm so sure JJ's
just in like a producer role. I doubt he probably would have much input.
Just
I imagine
his name on it.
Yeah, I imagine it's probably mostly like Bruce Timm and Matt Reeves.
Oh yeah, you think it's just for? I mean, JJ would have helped to get it greenlit, but also it's probably a recovery tactic. PR. Just kidding. That's some tinfoil hat shit.
But
no one likes him.
He's okay.
Sorry. No.
He's all right. But yeah, so that's it for some DC news. On to some Marvel news. This is according to Jeff Snyder. Sydney Sweeney will be playing the Julia Carpenter version of Spider-Woman in Madam Web.
God. Oh my God. She's going to be so hot.
Oh
my God.
Will is objectifying women?
I'm sorry. She's going to be amazing. I mean, obviously, she's a phenomenal actor. Euphoria is so good. No, fuck you. Euphoria is so good. And
is it?
Yes, dude. Oh my God, I watched the whole fucking thing. It's amazing.
I did too, and that's just kind of mid.
I really, really liked it a lot.
I still can't believe. Oh, sorry. I say I can't believe that quote unquote fight between like Cassie and I forgot the other person's name fucking won best fight instead of like Shang-Chi or something. Shit was stupid as fuck.
Wait,
I
what?
mean, it was a pretty real fight.
That shit in Euphoria
Yes, it
against
felt real.
one is Shang-Chi. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, look. I also think Shang-Chi's action. Shang-Chi, I mean, definitely had the best action. But, like, sometimes you just have to ignore superhero movies because they're so stupid and they're for laymen.
Sorry, Torrin, but he's right.
Please move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
I don't want to talk about shit for you right now.
Oh, shut the fuck up. You could have called it something else.
Mid for you?
No, what rhymes with four, Torrin?
Oh,
Say it.
I don't want to say it. Just move on.
Four is not even a slur.
I just don't want to say that.
Oh, I respect you.
Tor?
Whore.
Gore?
No, dude. Like for example, Sydney Sweeney will be playing.
This is according to this is according to the Marvel Studios spoilers subreddit, so take it with a grain of salt. But it's rumored that James Spader will return as Ultron in Armor Wars.
No shot.
No
way. No way. Really?
I did see something about
Take it with a grain of salt, but that's the rumor.
Oh, please, God. No way. Oh, my God. Is that real?
Apparently.
Oh, my God. If that's real, Armor Wars is going to be top tier movie. Oh, my God. I hope Norman is in it. Or I hope that Justin Hammer is Iron Patriot. That's the perfect... They don't have... I know they hinted at a Norman being in the MCU in No Way Home, like another Norman. But Justin Hammer has so much motivation to be Iron Patriot. Yeah, there's a scene where he's in the homeless shelter, and Peter had never met that version of Norman before. And when May introduces him as Norman, he's like, "Oh, Norman Osborn," but I thought he was cut off, and there was no way he would have known.
I'm pretty sure, it was like because he's not evil. He's not trying to destroy everything.
No, I kind of think that it implies that there's a Norman in the universe that just hasn't done anything.
Nah.
Bottom line, Iron Patriot should be done, and it should be done right, and it should be Justin Hammer. He should be the president, the leader of S.H.I.E.L.D. or whatever. Just adapt Dark Reign after Secret Invasion. And Justin Hammer is perfect. Oh, shut the fuck up. Oh my God. And make it like slightly comic accurate, because the Iron Patriot suit we got is ass. Both of them are ass. Sorry.
Like he started talking about Iron Patriot when it was about Ultron.
Yeah, sorry, dude. I have ADHD real bad. I don't know.
Bro, take your
meds. To tell you. I don't have any. I'm unmedicated and brain celled because of that.
I can get you meds.
I don't want them.
I can get you. I can get you.
I hated that.
I can get you Percocet.
Okay.
I can get you
Molly Percocet.
No, I'm working on that.
They should No, I've already derailed it too much. Never mind.
This is according to the next three pieces of news are according to the Hollywood Reporter.
Hurry up.
Yeah. Well, it's all Daredevil. So John Bernthal is officially returning as the Punisher in Daredevil Born Again. Woo!
Yes.
Yay!
Based.
John Bernthal. Yay! Punisher.
I met him. He's short.
He is short.
I'm gonna meet him in Dallas.
Nice.
Him and Charlie Cox.
Nice, dude. I met them both, and Eldon Henson too.
Are you gonna let him tell you something, Torn?
What?
Are you gonna let John Bernthal tell you something?
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
You should tell him to do the no wait thing.
I'm gonna pay to have my Daredevil helmet signed.
So cool.
I'm dropping
I'm stealing that when I see
money,
it.
bro. Shut up.
Stealing it. It's getting taken.
I'm coming all over it.
Do you want a Daredevil helmet, Peyton?
I'm glazing it. I'm glazing it, Torin.
Shut the fuck up. Oh my God, bro. Can we? Oh my goodness. Can we move on? I don't want to hear this shit right now.
I'm glazing your autograph. It's like laminate.
Shut the
Protects
fuck
it forever.
up.
Protect it forever.
Oh my god.
But yes, I'm taking your Daredevil helmet.
And giving it to me. We'll take turns.
No, Jesus.
Yes. Yes.
Eldon Henson and Deborah Ann Wall will not return in the series.
And Elden Ring also.
Yeah.
Everyone clap. Finally, we don't have to deal with Karen and Foggy anymore.
And
God,
Elden's ugly
damn.
face. So ugly.
Bad acting.
I'm sorry. Content warning and metaphobia. But yeah, no, for real. That's kind of disappointing. I still have faith. Like, the show's going to be good as hell. But
yeah,
it is unfortunate.
I don't know. Like you said, I'm so confident in the show, but like, I feel like you just need Foggy in there and Karen. So
I don't think you need Karen. You need Foggy though.
I think where you left it in season 3, where Matt realizes that he needs his friends and that he shouldn't be such a fucking piece of shit to them, and they love him, and you know what I mean, and like mending that relationship is really for him, and like him that the note they end that show on. I mean, besides the bullseye thing, before that, the note they end the show on is a very like happy one. It was like, oh my god, like they're stronger, their bond is stronger than ever, and it kind of is implied that they're going to be working together a lot closer and doing more. You know what I mean? And like after having learned what they've learned. And it was like a nice punctual. I honestly think when it was canceled, I was kind of glad that it ended there, because I think that it's such a nice punctuation for the whole series.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's going to be interesting to see where it's like, okay, how are you going to, even if there's a time jump, how are you going to take it from there and, you know, make it in character and realistic thematic continuation out of season 3. Even if there's a time jump, that's still by default, no matter what, I'm sorry, that's what people are going to be looking at and comparing it to. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, that's something that you need to be cognizant of making these decisions, even if it's a scheduling conflict. I don't know. I'm just interested to see how they're going to work around it.
I don't think it's scheduling. I don't know. I mean, obviously we don't know what they're going to do story-wise, so it's all speculation, but like, I think you can get away with not having Karen in there. Whether, I don't know what excuse they'd have. Like, she could just be like, she's like investigating something suicide, like in another state. Oh my god. But like with Foggy, it's like that's his right hand man, you know? So it's like, I don't know. Obviously, technically, it says they won't return in the series. It doesn't say whether they're going to be recast or not. So that's still up in the air, I guess. But
well, it also says that they're expected not to return. They use that word as well.
True.
Just because they don't see
they're filming for like the entire year. Okay. So I guess things could still change, but yeah, but also Vanessa's being recast. She's now being played by Sandrine Holt. I don't mind this.
Yeah, people are fucking bitching about that shit. I don't care.
The previous actress, she was fantastic. She was great. But like, to be honest, other than like Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio, and even Deborah Ann Wall, everyone else if they get recast, I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think like Vanessa is just like the least bit of like worry to me. I don't know. Will saw some of my comments under Eunice's comment section, but I don't get why people are bitching about it, and people are like, "Oh, fuck this show," blah 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 blah.
I'm not gonna watch it now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm like, sis, where the fuck did you care about Vanessa out of all people?
I do think that her actress was very well cast.
She was very well cast, but it's also just like, I mean, like I told Will yesterday, I was like, it's different if they didn't have Vanessa at all. But like,
yeah, people are acting like they're erasing her completely or something.
Yeah, and like I said, I just don't feel like it's like.
Well, I mean, she could just be too big for Marvel now. She could feel that. That'd be valid, because she is a pretty accomplished actress. honestly.
Yeah, so it's just like I just don't see why people are like fucking making a big deal about it.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't find her as irreplaceable as sort of the core cast. I just don't really.
Well, I mean, yeah,
I didn't really see her character like that.
But
yeah, I mean, and then it's just like, yeah, I don't know, but people are just being way too over dramatic, and I'm just like, bro, like, I mean, it's like, I mean, it's okay. You're gonna get over it. You're gonna watch the show because, you know, you're being a little pussy about it. So,
what if the show's terrible? And we're all wrong.
What if the show's terrible? I mean, I won't know because
I'll kill myself.
If it's horrible, I mean, I'm just gonna start reading my comics.
Honestly, if the show's like, I'm fully expecting the show just not to be as good as the Netflix series.
Yeah,
like
same.
I feel like I obviously I hope it's on the same level, but I just kind of doubt it. But I also,
it's a very high bar.
Exactly.
Anyways.
And it's not that I don't think that they can reach that bar. It's just like the expectations and the love for that show is so fucking high. I don't, even if it's a great show, I just don't see it ever competing with it.
Yeah, Daredevil season 3 is, and I've said it a million times before, the best comic related media ever. Story ever. It's so tightly written. It's so well paced. The cinematography is on point. Everything about it, writing, directing, acting, theme, it's perfect. I think it's so good. And it tells a really complex story. And it takes the main character places. A lot of stories aren't going to take your superhero character. You know what I mean? Like some pretty low lows. So I think, yeah.
Challenging the core beliefs of the character.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, they're not afraid to, I mean, I'm not religious or whatever, but they're not afraid to, it's about religious trauma too. And it's all sorts of stuff. I mean, it's so bold of you to put your main character for the first 3 or 4 episodes beneath a church healing. You know what I mean? But it's so good. First like few episodes. But yeah, no, I think that the heights that season 3 soared to, the climax, easily the best climax that I've ever seen in anything I've ever, you know, watched. I know it's done to death and everyone talks about the Kingpin fight, but it's so good. But yeah, those heights, I don't think any of us, I think that you have to be a little bit high on copium to kind of think that the show, or expect a new show, just by virtue of it being Daredevil, to reach those heights. That's why I think, you know, I'm being lenient with it, you know, like I'm excited because it's Charlie Cox, it's Vincent D'Onofrio, it's a vague continuation of the show that I love, and I'm always happy to see more Daredevil. I just, I'm confident it'll be good. I just hope that it's not like, there's always that possibility. It's like, you know, it could be bad. And I hate going there, but recently with a lot of the MCU things that haven't really been in my tastes, it's kind of like a thought that's been creeping up more and more recently.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, like I have high hopes, just not that high. But also, the guy who directed the first season of Dexter is directing the pilot episode. I told Torrin that because he's a big Dexter fan, and apparently the first season of Dexter is incredibly good. So everyone seems to be pretty excited about that, at least. But yeah, so that's it for the news of the week, which means it's time to move on to our topic, which is our top 10 favorite films of all time. So who wants to start?
Guy.
Can you?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you're one of the people here, so yes.
Are we going from the top down, like top, like number 10 and number 1? 10
to 1.
Okay.
Although mine's not in any particular order because I didn't feel like I didn't want to do it.
Yeah, and you know, I know we're doing honorable mentions. I don't have too much to say about these, so you know, it's 2 are in the 10 spot for me. And it's going to be the Tigger movie and Tron Legacy are both at number 10. It's really hard for one to edge out the other, in my opinion.
Explain the Tigger movie.
So the Tigger movie, it's interesting. I rewatched it last year, and it's so it was always nostalgic for me as a kid, you know, and I've always appreciated the animation or whatever. It definitely inspired me, like, artistically, like, pursue what I want to, as all, like, animated movies did. Like, you know, everyone says that shit, but the story that it tells about, you know, like, found family and, like, that's something that I really like, even though, like, I love my family, my biological family, and, like, I feel really privileged to have a really great family. I think found family stories are really beautiful, and I think the Tigger movie, like, the way that it tackles of the very real and very sad, like, thing, it's like, oh, you know, I want to find other people like me, and then not finding them, and just kind of, like, not realizing that you had people like you or who cared about you the whole time, even if they weren't you, because you're unique. They're like around you and they love you. I think it's so good, and it's genuinely emotional. And Jim Cummings is he gives such a good performance as Tigger and Pooh. It's just really good.
So which one are you saying? Like, both are sort of like tied for 10? One's not necessarily an honorable mention.
Yeah. Like, they're both tied for 10, in my opinion. I love them both. It's so hard for me to just take one out or, you know, reorganize them. Yeah.
All right. I'll go next. I guess I'll get my honorable mentions out of the way. But yeah, my honorable mentions are Episode 3, so Revenge of the Sith. It was so close to making the top 10. It was so close, but just some other movies just edged it out. And also the first Deadpool movie, which I just adore. So I don't have a ton to say about those. But my number 10 is Avengers Endgame. As much as everyone, the general consensus at least, is that Infinity War is the better film, I can't disagree with that. But Endgame, to me, had everything I could have ever wanted as a fan and more. Also, I'm a sucker for time travel shit, and it has time travel in it. It was just everything. As much as I fucking hate people and their fucking headcanons, everything in my headcanon like came true. So it was like the ultimate, like, holy fucking shit, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. And just the theater experience alone was fucking phenomenal. I adore the movie, but it's also one of the only movies on this list that I can't rewatch a shit ton because, number one, it's long, and number two, I will bawl my eyes out every time. So, yeah, it's my number 10.
Based. Torrent.
So mid. I'm kidding.
Oh, no.
Mid-game.
Yeah, I'm going to start off with my honorable mentions as well. It's one of them is 7. You know, that's like fucking peak. It Follows, great horror movie.
Yeah.
The Raid, man, I fucking love The Raid. And Do the Right Thing. And then my number 10 is Revenge of the Sith.
Base as hell.
Like, I came home, like every time, like, after school, whenever I was a kid, I would just put on Revenge of the Sith and play it all the time.
Hell yeah.
Oh, good. Is that it?
That's it. It's your turn now.
My number 9 spot is Blade Runner 2049. And,
Midrunner, yeah.
Yeah, Midrunner. No, for real, I think that what it has to say about, humanity, you know, I think thematically it's really strong. I love the slow burn.
Cinematography is crazy.
Oh my god, the cinematography is fucking balls to the wall, insane. And it lingers. It's so funny. It lingers on shots and just kind of lets you think. And I appreciate that. I don't think that it's a detriment to the film's pacing, because it's also just so pretty. Even if you're not fully engaging yourself with the plot, which you should be, because a lot of it is very visual. A lot of the, the more enriching parts of the movie, you kind of have to, you get what you put into it. It's one of those kinds of movies, I don't know. I just think it's phenomenal. I love it so much. And Jared Leto, yeah, whatever. One of his better performances, in my opinion. I still hate him, but also it doesn't ruin the movie for me. I love Blade Runner.
Yeah, he's not in it enough to ruin it. He's kind of like barely in it. Thank God.
I mean, his character still has a presence.
Yeah,
but it's more.
But
like
the presence isn't Jared Leto.
Yeah, exactly. It's good. It does feel like he's playing a character for once, because they minimize this screen time. But yeah.
My number 9 is Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, so based. Oh my God.
I fucking love Lilo and Stitch.
That's crazy. I like that.
It's so good. One of my favorite. Is it my favorite? It might be my favorite animated movie of all time. There might be another one that beats it, but I don't know. We'll get to that one. But fucking Stitch, you can't get any better than Stitch, bro. Look at the little guy. Look at the little blue guy. Just walking around.
Another found family story.
Yeah.
Found family, and yeah, it's so good. Oh my God.
It's fucking incredible, and like the dynamic between Lilo and her sister, which
Nani, yeah,
it like the fact that like her parents like died in a car crash and shit. So now Nani's like having to raise her sister, and she's like stressing out and like trying to. It's just very, very real. And you throw the sci-fi element in there and make it fun, and you got the fucking you got fucking like Pleakley and shit. Everything
God, yeah,
just
the aliens are cast perfectly too.
Everything so just perfectly comes together. Yeah, of course, like Kevin Michael Richardson as Gantu, just everything about it. I love it so much. And of course, the best part of the movie is when Lilo beats the shit out of the bully, because fuck her. So
bro felt catharsis when a 6-year-old got beat up.
Yeah.
Okay. A little sus, but okay.
It's not sus.
All right, Torin.
She deserved it.
By the way, I also wanted to say that my list is in no particular order, but my number 9 spot is Infinity War.
Okay. Fucking mid.
So good. I oh my God.
Like that, like just the experience, like seeing it in theaters, like raises like my score a little bit higher too.
Raises my dick.
Oh my fucking God. But yeah, like I loved Infinity War so much. Very great crossover. I loved how Thanos won at the end. Very, 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 very good.
The note that it left you with in the theater, I love the feeling. I loved it. I remember my ex, or my partner at the time. He was so upset. He was like, "Why would they do that? It's so stupid." I was like, "Okay."
Like in like a distraught way, or like a legitimately just
legitimate angry way, yeah. And then he finally came around. He was like, "Oh, okay." But yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah, it's like, because like when I was watching it, like obviously, because we're so deep into this, we know it's like, okay, well, they're not fucking dead, obviously, but it's like, and I always see that point when people like try to like criticize Infinity War. It's like, well, obviously they're not dead, like they're gonna come back, like it'd be stupid. It's like, yeah, but the characters don't know that. that's kind of the point. They know that we know that they're not dead. They're not just gonna fucking kill off Spider-Man. That'd be fucking insane. But like, it's the way the story is told and the execution of those final moments that just, despite logistically knowing what the future holds, it's still so incredibly good.
It's like Arkham Knight, where it's like it was, Jason's reveal was so telegraphed, but Batman didn't know. You know what I mean? Or like, it was still a shock to Batman. And like, That's why I think the story still works. So I think that the same thing kind of applies there. But yeah, my number 8 is Skyfall.
Interesting.
Goated
that.
fucking
Yes,
movie.
I'm looking at your list because it's on Letterboxd. It's
Yeah,
incredibly diverse.
It's Skyfall, dude. First of all, I love all of the Daniel Craig Bond films except for Spectre. I think Spectre is absolutely dog shit. I think every other one, even Quantum of Solace, and I know that's everyone's least favorite, are really good. But I think Skyfall is the most interesting because we get a full and you know, the whole series besides Spectre has sought to deconstruct Bond as an archetype and as his own real like individual character. They did it in Casino Royale, and they did it and they did it there. They did it subtly in Quantum of Solace. And in Skyfall, it's like balls to the wall. It's like, yeah, like
Let's do the Dark Knight.
but good. Seriously, I think Skyfall is like Javier Bardem, and I know he's typecast, and I know. Look, I get it. I know there's a trope with gay villains and stuff, but Javier Bardem's character in Skyfall, the villain, is so good. I think the pacing is great and unique. The action is awesome, and Daniel Craig is just the best Bond. His performance is always on point. The subtlety of his acting and how it's all in his eyes. He plays such a perfect, stoic, masculine character, but is able to show vulnerability in his eyes so amazingly. And he carries Skyfall. It's beautiful. So good.
Yeah, he's fantastic. I rewatched all the Bond movies before I watched No Time to Die because it's been fucking forever. And yeah, Casino Royale and Skyfall are just incredible.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god.
And I don't have a problem with the story of Quantum of Solace. I just think it's a little boring, little on the boring side.
I just treat it as a DLC to Casino Royale.
Yeah, it is.
It's just Casino 2.5.
Yeah. And then Spectre is whatever.
Oh my god, Spectre is like, it's so funny to me, not to get too into it because I know we all have a list, but I will say, confused me because it seems like everything they were trying to deconstruct about Bond, they just ended up, it's misogynistic again, it's this again, it's, you know, I was like, oh my god, like Spectre was like eye rolling, and I love, because
that was actually funny because when it came out, because my dad loves the Daniel Craig Bond stuff. When it came out, what like 2015, I wasn't too into the Bond stuff. Like I'd seen a couple because my dad likes him, and I was just kind of like there watching it with him. But we saw Spectre for like his birthday or something, and when he came out, and we were like, "Did you like the movie?" He was like, "Yeah, it was okay, I guess." And we were like, "Well, what do you mean? What didn't you like about it?" He was like, "It was too James Bond." And I was like, at the time, I was like, the fuck does that mean? What do you mean it was two James? That doesn't make any sense. But like now, like watching like all the James Bonds and you know, understanding the character and the certainly the tropes from the older James Bond makes perfect sense. It is two James Bond.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Well, and that's what I love and respect about No Time to Die, because they managed to take the shit that was Spectre and actually like sort of like make it like connect it still, because Spectre is supposed to be this like huge thing, and still like make it interesting.
No, they retroactively did make Spectre like they did something to my memory of the movie. When I watched No Time to Die, it's like, oh yeah, like these are events that happen. This movie is, you know what I mean, like it's still canon.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry.
His relationship with what's her name in Spectre was awful, but No Time to Die was fucking great.
Yeah. I call her Fragile just because I know her from Death Stranding more, but
I didn't even know those.
Yeah, Léa Seydoux. Yeah, her character. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I thought, oh my god, how do you go from, oh my god, what's her name? Casino Girl.
I don't remember her name.
God, the whole thing was about her. But how do you go from her to that? And like, only because she was written so poorly. But now, yeah.
But then you go to No Time to Die where she's written well. It's like, oh, makes sense now. Like, you actually get it. You feel it. But yeah. What are we on? 8? My number 8 is Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2002. Hell yeah. Movie hasn't aged the best. Questionable choices, weird CG at times, but god damn it, like Torin said, when I came home, when we were on road trips, didn't fucking matter. It was this and Revenge of the Sith on repeat all the time. and you know, we watched it in preparation for No Way Home. I rewatch it like every Thanksgiving because it's technically a Thanksgiving movie. Man, just every time, it's so fucking good. I love it so much.
Yeah, no, it's a classic movie.
And each time I just fall more and more in love with Willem Dafoe. I'm just like, look at this man. He's so good carrying the movie on his back.
Yeah, just, you know, and the weight of his weight of the movie on his huge cock.
Jesus.
All right, Torin.
Let's see, my number 8 probably has to be Fast and Furious 1.
Ooh.
I
Really?
do like, yeah, I love Fast and Furious 1 a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I did put Tokyo Drift, but I decided to go with the first one only because like there's a little bit more plot in Fast and Furious 1 compared to Tokyo Drift. And of course, like, you know, it's a classic. Fast and Furious 1 is a classic. You know, Paul Walker, you know, Vin Diesel, like Michelle Rodriguez. You know, it's just a classic movie. I love it. I love it a lot. The cars were just also like great back then. I don't know. I love that movie. It's a comfort movie for me.
Did you like watch it as a kid or?
Well, the thing is, yeah, like I did watch Fast and Furious as a kid. And like I really like had the really wanted Paul Walker's Supra from the first one, and I think I had like some Hot Wheels from the movie, like whenever I was a kid. But yeah, that shit's amazing. I love it.
Hell yeah. I wanted to throw out another honorable mention before I keep going. So this one didn't make it, but MacGruber is so funny, and it is close to being in my top 10. It is in my top 15 movies of all time. It is my favorite comedy movie. It's the best parody movie ever. So funny. Will Forte and Kristen Wiig. All right. My number 7 is Mad Max Fury Road. So good.
Seen Mad Max at all?
No, dude, you gotta
watch it.
George Miller. Oh my god, dude, Mad Max Fury Road is the best. It has to be the best action movie. Like, just has to.
I hate to say this.
I know that there's John Wick, but I'm sorry, you can't beat people jumping from car to car in a desert with flamethrowers. I
hate to say it. I couldn't get through Fury Road.
That's insane.
I know it's a very unpopular opinion. I am fully aware of that. It's just not for me.
That's insane. I think that it's like, especially with, like, you know, aesthetic matters a lot to me. That aesthetic and the Tron aesthetic, I think, are the two best movie world aesthetics out there. Like, they're the best, in my opinion. But aside from that, man, I just think in the way it was made, the way the action was filmed, how much of it is practical, and how action driven the story is, and it's basically just, it's barely plot. Like, you're just watching cars.
There's my problem.
And Furiosa is the main character. What?
I said, there's my problem.
Oh yeah, no. For me, it's like okay, we got Furiosa, and it's her thing, it's her deal, and then Immortan Joe and everything like that, and then the action. Like, I think that is a really. It would be different if I don't know, it's minimal, but I don't think it's bad, and like it's not one of those things where it's like, in my opinion, oh, it's minimal to his detriment because George Miller was just he just didn't give a shit. I feel like it was thought out, and also the action that substantiates that decision to have a plot like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's amazing, and it was Oscar nom for like Best Picture as well when it came out. I think it's deserved. It was so deserved. But yeah, Mad Max.
Yeah, I can't give like an objective like criticism of it because it's just not my kind of movie. It's just one of those.
Oh yeah, that's right. You just don't like action movies in
yeah.
general.
Well, I mean it depends because I do love the John Wick movies, but like.
And I'm the opposite.
It's more. I think for me, for John Wick, it's like the choreography that impresses me, because like I used to tell Torrin, I'm not an action guy, but when the action is like incredibly tight, specific choreography, like in like martial art movies, then I'm in. But yeah, but just like explosions and cars crashing in, like I don't know, it's not for me. But yeah, my number 7 is Avengers 2012.
Oh God!
Hell yeah, Joss Whedon.
I respect you, but
Joss Whedon, peak filmmaker.
TV show adapted into movie.
Literally,
yeah.
It looks like a fucking freeform movie.
It does, but I fucking love it. It's so good.
I remember at the time, like how crazy and cool it was, and now it's aged very poorly in my opinion.
Disagree. I think it's fucking great. Yeah, I don't really have a ton to say about it. It's just one of those movies that I loved as a kid. I still love now. I rewatch it a ton. I can fucking quote it all day. I love it. I adore it. It's great. Joss Whedon, questionable, but I love it. There wasn't any falling on boobs as far as I can remember, so it's in the clear for me.
There was a massive ass shot in the Loki scene.
That's true.
The Ledger scene.
But I'm not going to complain about that.
Okay. Who's objectifying women now?
Still you.
Actually, it's Joss.
True.
But...
yeah.
Okay. So, my next one. It's not a shocker, but I kind of had to for this movie. Everything Everywhere All at Once.
So
that shit's fucking, oh my gosh, it's amazing, dude. I remember like going, I was in Houston with one of my friends for a concert, and it had just released, and I was like, hey, like you want to go see like if it's available, and she was like, sure. And yeah, we literally just saw it on like a whim. Like literally two seats left in a AMC theater, like for 10:30. Saw it, and I was just so like impressed, and I was so happy to have seen it. And me, like I'm a fan for like, like how Peyton is a fan of time travel. I'm like a fan of like martial arts movies, and that's something that I really liked a lot. And I love seeing Asian American leads in movies, and so that's something that I really loved about it too, because not only are they getting the representation, but it was also something that like it kind of just felt comforting to see, And so when that movie came out and I saw it, it felt just, it sounds like kind of weird to say, but it felt like very blissful to see that movie. Like thematically, you know, just like, you know, not only about like dysfunctional families, but like just family trauma and, you know, feeling like you'll never be good enough for your parents, was just something that I really like seeing in that movie. And it, you know, it doesn't also help that, like, you know, it also helps that the Daniels directed it with their wacky style, so that just made it even like more funnier and way more like, you know, heartfelt to me. So
I think like the way that movie, it's interesting because I think that it's interesting that that movie is to so many people, because like if it's not relatable to and another, I think they're very like you know, specific, like personally, you know, we're like, due to my privilege and stuff, like there are certain things about it I don't really relate to, like and I know the movie's the biggest thing about it is generational trauma, but I think everyone on some level, and on kind of like a level that, you know, is probably a little deeper than most of us like acknowledge or whatever, maybe in our day-to-day, is like, oh, like, well, what if like, you know, I'm not happy with my life now, but what if I just did this one thing like 2 years ago? I just took this opportunity, and like, oh man, my life would be so great. It would be amazing. Oh, like I've lost love for so and so. Like things would be so much better if, you know, whatever. It's such a beautiful movie. I was a wreck. I mean, I think it's, that movie it deserves to win and sweep the Oscars. Like,
yeah, thank God it hasn't been just like pushed to the wayside just because for whatever reason, because it's not, I don't know, some fucking Oscar bait bullshit.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it completely deserves every award that it's nominated for.
I think that like no, yeah, and you know what, that may be in my top 15. I just need to reevaluate, but that movie is flawless in my opinion. It's seriously flawless. I saw it twice. My number, we're on 6, right?
Yes.
Number 6 is Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, baby. Let's fucking go. Let's go. And look, and look, before you tell me it's like recency bias, it probably is. But also, like, I promise, I've been racking my brain since I've seen it. I've seen it twice now. Since I've seen it, like, what animated movie do I prefer to this? Like, and I genuinely don't have a single one. Like, I seriously haven't found one that I've seen that I prefer to it. And Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, like, it hit home to me in a very specific personal way. I had a really, like, I'm not gonna get too into it because I don't want to like dump or anything, but I had a really traumatic year last year. It was awful. So dealing with and struggling with a lot of the things that I went through, like, and it put me into this panic mindset all the time. You know what I mean? Like doom all the time, panic attacks, everything like that, right? And so, like, Puss, like, and the things that the journey he goes through in this movie, and how he opens himself up to his friends, you know, like, for that help, and learns to trust people, and trust that, you know, like, whatever happens is going to happen. Like, just enjoy your life. You know what I mean? You only have one. I think that it's a really amazing message. And not to mention, that shit is animated gorgeously. And you know, it pisses me off that everyone's like, and I know I say it too, it pisses me off. Everyone's like, oh, like, I love that they went for a Spider-Verse style. It's not a Spider-Verse style. They're messing with things like Spider-Verse did, like frames and stuff like that and wipes, but it's its own style. I think it's animated gorgeously. I think Death is such an amazing presence in the film. Jack Warner's great. I love that every character in the movie has their own like thing to, and story to deal with, an arc to go on. Besides, like Jack, he's just a fucking meanie. He's just a fucking asshole. But like,
you're a horrible person.
You're a horrible person. Yeah, so good. And
you're evil.
So funny too. I laughed out loud so many times in that movie. Both times that I saw it. Yeah, that shit is peak. And if you haven't seen it, you're fucking stupid. You gotta watch it. It's so good.
Way to call out Torin.
He hasn't seen it? Torin, you're not stupid, but you gotta watch it.
Yeah, I was gonna go see it with Peyton and our other friends, but I went to my friend's graduation. But yeah, we'll have to see it. Everyone loves it, so one day.
Who is your favorite fearless hero?
Bro. That song gets stuck in my head all the time. I love Antonio Banderas.
My number 6 is, funnily enough, Into the Spider-Verse. It's just, I don't even, what do I say that hasn't already been said?
Like, that's mid, that's terrible.
Exactly.
That hasn't been said about it. It'd be crazy to say that.
The animation just, the thing that animation and something like Puss in Boots is taken from Into the Spider-Verse isn't the animation itself, but the fact that animation studios can now feel safe being stylized and unique in their animation. Spider-Verse is truly a turning point, and just outside of that, just an incredible story, arguably one of the best superhero movies of all time, that manages to just be so incredibly fun, funny, emotional, and manages to juggle a million characters. It's masterfully created, and makes me a little scared for the sequel, but I'm sure it's great. but being able to see a Miles Morales story on the big screen, and like initially, because Sony was being Sony at the time, it's like, we're gonna make a Miles Morales solo movie, and it was like, okay, I guess, but like, why are we getting this now? Is it going to be connected to anything or whatever? And then it's like, it's going to be animated, and then it was like, oh Jesus, if you're gonna do Miles Morales, why not put him into live action, like with like Andrew Garfield Spider-Man or something like that? But then like the little teaser came out, and I was like, oh, I'm sold. Because it looked incredible. And there was still like skepticism. It's like, is that just like for like a teaser, or is that like what the actual movie's going to look like? That's exactly what the movie looked like. It looks incredible. It's written incredibly. Everything about it is just phenomenal. So
we lost Torin.
Good.
I might have to cut and run a little earlier than everyone else, which kind of sucks. So I'll do 2 at a time. After Torin goes, obviously. But yeah.
Let's see. My next one is Ip Man. Ip Man's amazing. I was gonna
I thought you said Hitman, and I literally did like a spit take.
No, Ip Man.
Yeah, Ip Man is so good.
I was gonna. I mean, it would be like a cheap shot to put like, oh, the fourth one's okay, but still, Ip Man is like fucking great. Like I said, I'm a fan of martial arts movies, and Ip Man is one of those movies. Very great, straightforward story. Features Donnie Yen, the GOAT, and just fucking whipping ass. Like, that's just amazing to me. I love it. I have nothing else to say about that.
Yeah, no, Ip Man is amazing.
The fourth one, was it the fourth? Yeah, I think it was the fourth one where like he goes, like he like fights against like a military officer or whatever. That is like some of the most like racist shit ever. Like, goddamn.
Intentionally racist?
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, like, like the like military, they're like calling them like all types of like names, like, like derogatory terms because they're Asian, and they say like, yeah, because like because you're Asian, you'll never be like you never have like the Heart of American or some shit like that. But I do like that. Like, I think like the third and fourth one are like hella racist, crazy. So, yeah,
Wow.
crazy. But Ant-Man's goated. Great movies.
Yeah, no, for real. Okay, so I'm gonna blast through these. So I'm gonna do two. I'm gonna not talk about one and talk about the other. So at 5 and 4 for me, number 5 is Empire. Empire Strikes Back is phenomenal. One of those movies that I threw on all the time as a kid, and it's just not worsened with age. It's timeless. I think it's phenomenal, and I think that Irvin Kershner is a god. Like, I think that he elevated the film to heights that, you know, A New Hope. Sorry, I said I wouldn't talk about it too much, but A New Hope is boring. Let's be real. That movie's boring. It's a great movie, but it's boring as hell. Okay, stiff. It's wooden. It's as stiff as a lot of people say the prequels are. But Empire, brother, that movie is insane. And the way that it plays with story structures, the way that it opens with a climax level battle on Hoth is insane. George would not have been allowed to do that if he didn't have the rights to the toy, to the licensing for the toys, to fund it. It's basically an indie movie. It's like one of the biggest indie movies of all time. It's so amazing. Fox just published it. Distribution rights, I think. But yeah, great stuff. And then number 4 is Sonic 2. I think that movie is so good. And like, I know, look, I know, I just want to remind everyone, this is not an objective level or list or whatever. I think, first of all, it's impossible to have something like that. I think you'd be psychotic to attempt it. But Sonic 2, for me, as a lifelong Sonic fan, probably my favorite single franchise out there. Honestly, if I was thinking about it, maybe tied with a couple others, but it was perfect. It was perfect, and I liked the first movie. Okay, I thought it was a lot better than it seemed like it would be. But Sonic 2, like, Tails and Knuckles are amazing. I think Knuckles is perfectly characterized. Idris Elba does an amazing job, and even though I was skeptical at first with the casting, he's perfect. He's
I
amazing.
was so pleasantly surprised by him.
Yeah, and how funny he was. I thought that, like,
especially at the end, I was so fucking, like, I was legit like,
yeah,
laughing out loud.
Yeah, seriously, I think that movie is, like, actually laugh out loud funny in a lot of places. I love the oh, there are stairs, you know, things like that. Like, I think that Knuckles is so cute and innocent and tough, and you know what I mean. I think it's great that it's animated amazingly. Ben Schwartz is just proves that he's a better Sonic than we have in the games currently, and Colleen O'Shaughnessy, the fact that they got the video game Tails to play Tails in the movie, perfect. I mean, you can never fault them for that. And Jim Carrey's Eggman is a lot more fleshed out in this movie and is awesome. And Jim Carrey, I remember going into Sonic 1 thinking, oh my god, really? Like, Jim Carrey is just going to be Jim Carrey. And it is Jim Carrey playing Jim Carrey, but Eggman still feels like a character. Like, he feels like a character, and Jim Carrey's having so much fun with it. It's just so good. But yeah, Sonic 2. Good shit.
Yeah, so you did 2, which was Sonic and what?
Empire Strikes Back.
Right. My next one is Whiplash.
Oh my god.
Fucking love Whiplash. It stresses me out, but in a good way. And it's like 100 minutes, so it's like pretty short, and I think I'd say this film's a fucking masterpiece. I'd say it's fucking great. It's fucking incredible. J.K. Simmons, of course, just being J.K. Simmons. What more could you want? Just him yelling at Miles Teller. It's fucking great. Yeah, I don't really have a ton to say about Whiplash. It's just a fucking incredible movie.
Yeah, Whiplash is fucking great, dude. I saw it in my my advanced editing class, and I was like, dude, shit's great. My next one is John Wick. Like, bro, you can't go wrong with John Wick. You really can't. That's just that's like peak right there. That's peak.
John Wick, really?
Yeah.
Because I have to agree, it's fucking great. It wouldn't
John
make my
Dick,
top 10, but
John Dick, John Mid, John Gay,
Midwick woes. Midwick rolls off the tongue better.
Yeah. John Wick
does.
John Wick is just incredible. Great action. I love the world building in there too. Like the entire, like, you know, movies, the world building is just really great.
Agreed. Will, do you want to smack on another two, or you just wanted me to go again?
Oh, dude, I don't want to hog any more time. Why don't you? I'll just smack on another two because I do have to get going. Christopher Robin is at number 3.
Underrated.
So underrated, so slept on. Just got to throw this out there, okay? Out of every live action revival, continuation, reboot that Disney has done, all of those feel so like fake and phony and cynical and just for money, you know what I mean? Jon Favreau and Jungle Book, and you know, the people making those movies obviously care, but there's something so special about Christopher Robin. There's not an ounce of cynicism, in my opinion. I can't find it. I searched for it. I put on my sleuthing glasses. I whipped out the microscope. You know what I mean? I got on all fours and sniffed it on the ground. You know what I mean? Like I'm sniffing blood at a crime scene like a dog. Like, none. It is so good. And so emotional and moving. And Ewan McGregor is great. I mean, it's not like he's doing anything too amazing, but I just think that it has so much heart and it's so slept on. And
one of the things I loved about the movie is how obviously Christopher Robin's an adult now, and when Pooh sees him, he's not phased, just like, oh, hi Christopher, hi Christopher Robin, and whatever. And it's just so fucking just, oh, it's so infectious.
Yeah. No, seriously. I mean, little moments like that are enough to like make me tear up a little bit. It's like it's so nostalgic and bittersweet. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful movie with a beautiful message, and I think one that yeah, it's been done before in children's movies, but it's too.
They're just like, that's a Madeline, just because like they just know like it's a something.
Yeah,
just little things like so that. Good. The characters
like
they're written so true to who they are, despite obviously I think the only original actor is Jim Cummings.
Yeah, I mean he's not even like original like from the old cartoons. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, it's amazing. I love it so much. And then number 2 is Revenge of the Sith, number 2 movie of all time. It was one of those movies I was not allowed to watch it as a kid until I was like 7. I remember, yeah, I think it was 7 or 8. I remember discovering it on YouTube against my parents' will or knowledge in parts. And they uploaded it in parts, and I watched it for the first time. I thought it was mind-blowing. That was so cool. And then finally, my parents got me the disc set, or all the movies, the whole saga. You know, the little thin little DVD cases, like very nostalgic for me. But the special features in that movie played every single day, I think for several years straight. And in this movie, I think, along with a few others, is one of the single, like it's such a clear source of inspiration for me, creatively. And also as an adult coming back to it, after going through phases of, oh, maybe it's not so great because everyone was saying it's not so great, coming back to it and loving it, and then watching Clone Wars and loving it even more, and realizing that not only do we have probably the best movie score of all time in here, but we have in a blockbuster, in one of the most culturally impacting franchises in the world of all time, spanning generations, a story about a realistic rise to fascism from within a society, which is how it would go. A lot of times it's like, oh, there's a foreign dictator invading, or oh, whatever. No, dude, that's propaganda. That's not real. This was made during the Bush administration. This is a politically prescient story. And even though its execution is very soapy, which I don't have an issue with at all, I think it's a phenomenal story. I think that it is also Anakin and Obi-Wan fight scene. It's not too long. I would literally pay to see that for 2 hours straight. Are you kidding me? That fight scene is insane. I think it's so emotional and so good. I know people meme on it. I know people meme on Vader yelling no at the end of the movie. That shit makes me cry. That makes me cry. I'm sorry. I know that people meme on it. It's so crazy. And maybe I'm just like I don't know. But oh my God, Revenge of the Sith, man. One of the few soundtracks I listen to outside of a movie as well. Very good, very good. But yeah.
Fair enough. I'm glad that we all had the experience of just rewatching Revenge of the Sith on repeat as a kid.
So good, man. That's if you didn't have that, your childhood sucked.
I'm forcing my kid to go through the same thing. This is the only movie you're watching.
Oh, sorry, son. The TV doesn't really work. This is on. Nothing else is really on.
Okay, guess you'll have to watch this. But my next one is Captain America: Civil War.
Oh God, yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Literally just rewatched it last night. It's just, on top of it just being a great fucking movie. I remember at the time thinking, because the airport fight, everything about the movie, I was like, this is peak. It's all downhill from here just to get fucking Infinity War and Endgame fucking. But yeah, I mean, I've talked about on the podcast before how this movie reignited my love for just the superhero genre and Marvel and Spider-Man, even more specifically. I'll never forget just the drive just to the theater to watch this movie. I'll never forget the first time I watched the second trailer for this fucking movie. It's a movie that I can just quote all day long. It's a movie that I'll never fucking forget just because of the time of its release, just the memory surrounding it, and just it being just a great fucking movie. So yeah,
the hype was insane. The best theater, like that in Endgame. I'm still more nostalgic for the Civil War theater experience, honestly. Even though we lost audio in the part where Tony learned that Bucky killed his parents and they had to rewind it. But yeah, good experience, man.
For sure. There was one part in Civil War where I it's not funny, but it's funny. I died during this part. When it cuts to Thunderbolt Ross and he's like, 3 years ago, I had a heart attack, and I just started fucking laughing.
Dude.
I was just like why? Why did they cut to that? It was just so funny. Started bawling out in the theater.
Oh, wait. I wanted to say one more thing about Civil War. I like the scene. One of the coolest scenes to me, it still is, or it was when it came out, was when in the chase where Cap is chasing Black Panther, who's chasing Bucky, and they're running faster than the cars.
Yes.
And no one talks about that. But they're running.
They're faster than the cars, but the camera work, because it's like they go past Bucky and it's like fast, and then they go past like T'Challa and it's really fast, and then when they try to like go back to Cap, like the camera can't keep up going back and forth.
Yeah,
it's so good. I just fucking love it.
I don't know. I think it's so good. I really think it's so cool to see them like just so powerful. Like they're superheroes, dude.
Something about the way the Russos direct these movies, more specifically in The Winter Soldier and Civil War. Something about the way they make the impacts really hit, especially like with Cap and his fucking shield. It really hits.
And when he kicks people, he has a Spartan kick, and he does it twice.
He takes a guy by the feet and just swings him into a wall.
Yep.
Like, come on.
Yeah, no, that is some of the most. And also in Winter Soldier, when he like jumps off of a 15-foot ledge and lands silently, dude. Cap is so badass. He's so cool. They made him like one of the most, in those movies specifically, one of the most interesting like characters to have action for. I just love him. I love it so much.
Yeah. Sorry, Torrin, go on.
Sorry, slut.
Let's see. Yeah, that shit's getting fucking bleeped.
Please bleep that. Please don't make me out to be a bad person.
I'm keeping it in.
Yes.
I'm actually gonna skip like some of them on my list just because like Payne's already said them. You know, it's like Into Spider-Verse and Spider-Man 2. I'm gonna skip those.
I didn't say Spider-Man 2. I said the first
Spider-Man 1.
Oh, it's Spider. I actually no, you're right. It is Spider-Man 1. You did say that. Well, never mind then. I guess one of those Spider-Man 2, whatever. Fucking goated. I guess my next one is Scream from 1996. Fucking classic slasher. Can't go wrong with it. Change the fucking slasher genre. Revived horror. It's fucking great.
Matthew Lillard's in that movie.
He is. He's
William
Afton. He's fucking insane in that movie.
Dude, I cannot wait for him to be in Five Nights at Freddy's. All right. Sorry.
That's it.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, this is my last one, and then I'm gonna cut early.
All right.
We're
get
kind
the
of
fuck
busy,
out of here.
But this comes as no fucking surprise. Guardians 2. Come on now.
Guardians 2 over the first one.
Guardians Volume 2 is my favorite movie of all time, and I think that over the first one. I think that the first one was good, but like the second one, we're able to get into. It's all familial trauma, and it's all like first movie is learning to share pain with one another, finding a family, and the second movie is about parents and how parents affect their children, and their relationships with not only their siblings like Gamora and Nebula, but their relationships with other people that they're able to have, like Star-Lord's relationship with Gamora, because his ego is so big because he didn't have a dad, except for Yondu, and Yondu wasn't super amazing, but he had his moments, like the nuance to everything. I think it's no one. I don't think it's stated enough or appreciated enough. The message, like with Rocket, like the fact that like him and Yondu are parallels. Like Rocket crying at the funeral because he sees people showing love for Yondu, who's basically him, is fucked up. He's an awful person. He's a piece of shit to people around him, but he's loved enough to have a massive funeral like that. And people screaming, crying, just celebrating him, and Rocket like finding like comfort in that. And you know what I mean? Like that is making me like literally emotional right now. It's so good. I think that movie is phenomenal. And I mean, also everyone has a parenting moment with Groot. You know what I mean? And I think we've talked about this before, but there's a narrative function of the opening scene in Guardians 2, with Groot dancing, baby Groot dancing. he has there's a little parenting moment with every one of the Guardians in that. Like Rocket's like, spit it out. Gamora is like, oh, like, get out of the way. Peter is, they're all like keeping an eye on him and like watching out for him. And it's like comical and stuff. But like it subtly kind of hints at like what the whole movie's about. And like Peter having a father-son moment with Baby Groot at the end of the film. After his journey, like coming to terms with like, oh, I didn't have a dad. Oh wait, I did. Oh wait, the one that I discovered who's been out there and found me, whatever. He was cool. He's a piece of shit. And the one that I thought was a piece of shit and didn't really recognize this whole time has been there for me more than I like knew or could have recognized, and I love him. I don't know. It's so good, and I'm sorry that I gushed a lot there, but please rewatch it, audience. Like, if you've seen it and like forgot or whatever, it's a movie that grew on me. It wasn't an instant love for me. I came out of the theater thinking, yeah, it was really good. It's pretty good. Not as good as the first, but it's okay. But now I watch it. Every time I watch it, I'm a wreck. But it's so rewatchable to me. And I cry at little moments, dude. I cry at small moments in this movie. It gets me so emotional. But yeah, that's my list.
W list. Very diverse list.
It is.
Which I respect.
Thanks. Yeah, it's definitely a neurodivergent list, to be sure.
Oh.
To be sure. Definitely. There's no Film Bro stuff on this, which, kind of sucks. But yeah.
I can't believe you like fun. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, we shouldn't be allowed. Movies should not be fun. They should all be draining. And it should just be a marriage story 4 times. That's what it should be. I actually love that movie. All right. I love you guys very much, and I will be listening to the podcast the past this part to get the rest of y'all's lists.
All right. Well, bye.
Bye. This cracker's out of here. Bye, audience.
Thank God he's gone. We can talk shit. Man, what a horrible list. Bro really put Guardians 2 up there. Fucking ridiculous.
That's crazy. I'm actually gonna speed through some of these.
Yeah, we only got like 3 left.
Yeah, Into the Spider-Verse, fucking great. Fucking goated, amazing. Damn, like fucking. I'm just gonna say it's fucking perfection. I cannot find one bad thing about that movie.
I can't disagree.
And I guess the only bad thing about it is that it ends. So
yeah, might be the best animated movie of all time, in my opinion. I know Will said Puss in Boots, but shit's ass compared to this.
Like I said, and then I'm gonna speed through the rest of mine. Spider-Man 2, fucking great. It's fucking amazing. One of the best movies of superhero genres. Can't go wrong with it either. That's another movie I rewatch time for time. And my number 1 is Superbad. Fucking love Superbad. I definitely think it's like my top 10. It's definitely in my top 10 favorite movies of all time. Saw that so many times when I was a kid. It stuck with me ever since. And I think it's also one of the best comedy movies of all time. It's somehow very dated, yet ahead of its time or something. Like I don't know. It's weird.
No, I get that.
It's like a weird thing with it. But yeah, that's it for my list.
For me, it's Grand Budapest Hotel.
Ooh, okay.
Have you seen that? I never remember.
No.
You haven't?
No.
I mean, I don't know if it'd be top 10 for you but I'm a big Wes Anderson fan, and Grand Budapest Hotel somehow is like every Wes Anderson trope, but he manages to make it, I don't know. It's something about the aesthetic of it too, which is still very Wes Anderson, but like it's just a fucking hotel. The cast is obviously stacked like every Wes Anderson movie, but something about Grand Budapest Hotel compared to every other Wes Anderson movie feels more special to me. And I really can't put my finger on what it is, but also it feels like one of his most rewatchable movies in my opinion. It's very short. I think it's only like an hour and a half. Maybe it's a little bit longer, but I mean,
let's see. I'm looking it up right now. Yeah, it's an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, so it's a pretty breezy movie. It's incredibly stylistic, as Wes Anderson is. I just don't have a ton to say about it. It's just really, really, really fucking good. Next is fucking Logan. In my opinion,
Logan's
the
great.
best superhero movie of all time. So good. Again, I don't have too much to say about it other than it's been said time and time again, but it's not just a great superhero movie, it's just a fucking good movie. And it was snubbed at the Oscars. It deserved at least a Best Picture nomination. It's just it's that good in my opinion. And I said it wasn't in any particular order, but number one, if I had to pick one, Back to the Future.
Yes, you have expressed your love for Back to the Future.
It's so
for
good.
Sure.
In my
It
opinion,
is really good.
the best trilogy of all time. But the first one, I mean, the only thing holding the second one back is the whole like Biff fucking like he Trump thing, which I like the concept. I just think they were there for too long and it kind of dragged the movie down a little bit, but not by much because it's still fucking incredible. But yeah, the first one, again, I'm a sucker for time travel, fucking, you know, all the different universes and shit. Just oh, it's so good. And just going back in time and like and like I don't know, man. Time travel is just so good and it's so fun. And Michael J. Fox is just incredible, and everything about all the characters and the colors, and I can't even like everything about it is just fucking perfection to me. It's so good. And the fact that it came out fucking 1985, insane. One last thing before we go. There are movies like Everything Everywhere All at Once and Spider-Man No Way Home that in a few years' time could very well get on this list. But yeah, I'm not really a recency bias kind of guy. Not that like I'd like accuse someone else of recency bias. I just need to sit with these things for longer. But I could definitely see like No Way Home, like maybe like taking out like either Avengers 2012 or maybe even Endgame off this list.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, that's our top 10 movies of all time. I think we had some pretty solid lists. I didn't think I'd heard anyone mention a movie and was like, really, that one?
Yeah. And like for me, it's just like these lists are like just like things like this in general are just like very hard for me because like I typically enjoy like a lot of things, and it's also just like, you know, I mean, it's just kind of hard for me to make these type of lists because like there's so many great movies out there that are like so enjoyable that it's like, yeah, you know, I could put this in my top 10, but it's like, you know, hey, like it's also just a thing where like it changes a lot.
Yeah,
know?
like there could have been a movie that like I didn't even think of, but like if I heard it, I'd be like, oh fuck, that totally would be in my top 10.
Yeah, exactly. Like when you were naming your list, like, you know, when you said like the Grand Budapest Hotel, I like literally thought of like, why haven't I put any Edgar Wright movies on here? Because I love Edgar Wright. He's like one of my favorite directors. It's like, why didn't I put Scott Pilgrim or like, you know, Shaun of the Dead? But that's something I didn't really think about because, like I said, there's so many movies that we like, and we just didn't put it on here because, you know, like there's just so many to choose from. So
yeah, and these lists are obviously like so subjective.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, I think that's what makes something like this work. Because like we could have done like an objective list, but like not only is that just kind of annoying, and objectivity isn't really a thing. Also, it's pretty the top like 50 movies of all time. It's pretty standard shit, and you'd see just like a lot of repeats, like The Grandfather and fucking I don't know whatever the fuck. But hearing everyone's top 10s, it's just like, and hearing everyone's reasoning behind it. Like I didn't think Fast and Furious would be on your list.
Yeah.
But I completely understand why it would be on your list. Like I get it, even though I I haven't seen it, but but like I wouldn't even think of like Fast and Furious to be on a top 10. But yeah, kind of sucks there was not a single DC movie on my list. Think about that.
Oh yeah, that's right. There wasn't. Yeah, there wasn't on mine either.
Yikes.
That's crazy.
but yeah, is that the show?
That is a show.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening to the Avengers podcast. If you want to follow us on Twitter, we're at AVENGE Nerds, all one word. If you want to follow either one of us, you can reach me at @itsnth_. Where can they reach you?
Nowhere. Follow our social medias.
All righty. We also have a Discord if you'd like to join the conversation there. Those will be linked in the show notes. You can also check out our link tree for any additional links you may be interested in. You can also review the show in-app on Apple Podcasts. If you can leave 5 stars in a review, it would really help us out. You can also give us 5 stars on any fucking other platform that supports that. But yeah, thanks again for listening to the Adventures Podcast. We'll see you next week.
Later.